is divine sunshine. This is the trigger warning. This is a point in which I do a aha tower moment to help trigger you, to get you moving, get you active, and get you aligned with what? Now, the things that I say again, I've already said that in the beginning. This is a trigger warning, so that means you'll get triggered in this. Spirit has told me today, say no current events, no cute weekend update. It's time for you all. Say it's time to kick ass. We're getting to the point I told you in the month of July was freedom. August is fireworks. I mean, it's, you didn't got enough. You're going to be like those fireworks at 4th of July. If you live in the hood, they was popping off because they couldn't go down there in Chicago to Navy Pier to actually see the actual professional fireworks, and they created their own. That's where we're moving to. We're creating our own fireworks show. So, here we have now, understanding we want freedom. Freedom of expression. Now, I talked about that a little bit in the other one about being unique, but however, really truly understanding that what it is to be unique, being your own person, beating to your own drum. Understanding that when we're talking about this thing called union, this union is not the way in which you think that it's going to set off to be. And I'm using this, and I think Spirit wants me to talk about this for the newbies. Understanding that I have been front row seats to how twin flames operate, because both of my parents were twin flames. Are twins, not were. They corrected me. It's like that flame doesn't ever go. It's an eternal flame. It doesn't ever go out. No matter what body they go into, soul body, into a new body, or whatever it is, it's still there. Understanding that this union thing is going to be different. It's going to be soul chattering, teeth chattering, holding on, teeth and tongue on some things. But at the same time, it's going to be enlightening. It's going to be exhilarating. It's going to be something like a love experience that you've never had before. You're going to feel it sometimes where you're like, I can't stand you. But at the same time, you're saying, I love you literally for life. To life. I ain't going to say love you to death. We ain't going to say that. Literally feel yourself like at the Notebook. You feel like I could hold the hand, and then like when I take my last breath, we can kind of go over it together. Please understand that when we're talking about this divine masculine, is specifically, I think about the conversation that I had with my mom this morning, and saying that when it comes to you being in that separation and you working your way to union, fight your way out. Find a way to not get comfortable. Find a way to fight your own self beyond even the third person that's in there as well. Because you'll get in there and you fall for the okie doke and feel like this is it. I don't have no more fight in me. I don't think I can do it. But you got to find a way to do it. Because this love, like I've seen in so many of the love letters, and I love that Spirit has led me to do that, because I've gotten a real eye-opener about the divine masculines, and I seem like I've become more sensitive to them, because that's all I've gotten. I haven't gotten any opposite masculines asking for that, and that's an interesting take. Why I haven't that one, or feminines that coming to me, they just corrected me and say, yeah, some of them is masculines. You just don't know their energy. That's true. But their females are coming and asking for letters, not masculines. That's asking for, not divine. Just talk about in body wise, and understanding that with them, they all saying the same thing, and that's the key word, like Jada had said, and Will Smith. They are in entanglement in the worst way. All knotted up, all twisted up in some stuff that they can't find no way of getting out of. And some of that stuff is not there. Some of the stuff they done bought in with their 16 hefty bags into the marriage, or to the commitment, or with the baby mama drama, all that kind of stuff. And they like, and some of them is just like, I just sit in it, you know. But I feel like in the Matrix, like Trinity told, you know, Neo, get up, live, fight. Do not stay in it. You cannot stay there. That's not who you are. You're a divine masculine. Plus, in the Matrix, you got about 3 more episodes to go. You can't end like that. It might have been 2. You can't, thank you. You got some more episodes. You got some more things that you got to do. You got to contribute to the world. And you can't find yourself just sitting there like that anyway. So, that's not going to work. Plus, that's not how Source is going to do. Source is going to keep on working with you like or bowling, like they showed me the other day when I was doing the playground. They like, we're going to do it like bumpers on the bowling alley. You know, they're going to keep on bumping you until you eventually find your way down there so you can make a strike, which would be union. You know, now it's up to you. Some of them say, hell, I'm not going to do it. You know, I'm going to take them bumpers down. And then they go all over the place. And he was like, in Source and the angels and the angelic team and the spiritual team is like, I told you to keep the daggone bumpers. We're trying to help you get that strike. Now I could do it. And now you based upon your skills of being able to do it based upon what happened in your life experience, what your parents have taught you, and they're like, nope, that's not going to work. You say it's free will, but at the same time, Jupiter 1111 and myself and both have said there ain't no free will in this. They're going to kind of let you kind of be on your own, and then eventually it's going to kind of slap you on down and say, okay, take the bowling ball and now throw it. It's got to go down. It's your turn. He's like, but I thought I was able for... No, we let you go for a little while. Gave you a little break. Now it's come on back because Source needs you. Divine feminines, we got to get to the point that we really actually forgive. For this union, we got to do a clean slate. We got to empty. I see them doing like a pocketbook. You know, in the pocketbook, you know, you have your, that's old folks there, in your purse, pocketbook. Help us, Lord, they show me a pocketbook where they actually dump in, and you know, sometimes you empty out your purse, you got all different kind of crap in there that you like, oh my God, I was looking for that my favorite tube of lipstick. I went and bought me another one down there at Target because I thought I had lost that and the thing way up in the corner somewhere, you got gum and candy and all. I hear some of y'all laughing that you ain't had in there since then, and the pen, and you're like, what happened? You got ticket stuff from way back then, concert 2 years back or whatever like that, you know, if you ain't really cleaned it out like that. And it's like, that's what we're talking about as far as this forgiveness. You got to shake it out. You got to get all that stuff out of that purse. That's what Erykah Badu is singing about, that bag lady, you gonna miss your bus, dragging all those bags like that. Right, so now, you gonna miss it. That bus is your union. You don't want to miss it. And you don't want to take that to your destination, or you being able to be in union or living with your person either. You don't want to do that either. So, where are we at that point then? Because we got to understand it's some things that both we swap energies, and sometimes it's the masculine playing the role of using the divine feminine energies and vice versa. Those scenarios that I just brought to you. So we've got to get to that point that we are set in course intentionally and with purpose for union. Otherwise, I'm hearing them saying, "Whoa, what is it good for?" Absolutely nothing. Sing it again. What is it good for? If we're not. First thing again, if you're a newbie again, the union starts with self first. Finding your bliss, things that make you happy. I said that before in the other trigger warning. because this is the last one for the series that it told me to do. Understanding that, you know, it's about that love connection that you make with self, that self-love, that self-care, that self-protection, that self-motivation, that self-determination, that self-discipline. It's about that self. Then you take it and you let it reverberate out from you until everybody else can be able to benefit from that. You don't pour a cup to anybody else that you can't fill the cup yourself. That's half our problem. That's what we've been trained to. That's from even childhood. I know that from my own self. My parents, mostly my mom, love her to death. You've seen her, cute as can be. But that's something that she instilled and showed me by even through the relationship with Dad. Make sure his cup is filled and yours is last. Make sure you service and make sure everybody else is happy. You come last. That's where you have to go and retrain yourself, even as a child. You're selfish. No. Self-care is not called being selfish or looking out for self. That's you. You're semi looking at it wrong or envious in some ways. Trigger warning. Because there's something that you wish that you had yourself. But you got so many responsibilities, you can't be able to do it yourself. You got Dad, you got me. Some kind of way you got lost in the shuffle. Now, there are people that know how to perfect that. How to be, say, I still look out for self, still be a dynamic husband, right? Or the dynamic wife. And also be a good provider or be a father or a mother at the same time. Some of us don't know how to shuffle that. And instead of us taking responsibility for that, we throw it out on those others, people, based upon our own fears. And so we try to label that and use that and also train others with that same fear. So my thing is that we've got to find a way to truly have union with ourselves and on the outside, especially you newbies. This is new to you. We've got to, again, like I said, this is the closing last one where you got to truly look at it and go about building your relationship on your terms, not what everybody else says on the outside. Your family dynamic according to your terms, not what everybody else says on the outside. You understand it. You know the mechanics of it. They ain't the ones that's got to come home at night to that, lay down to that, or be able to deal with that, with dealing with their children. When they got the boo-boos and everything else and the sniffles and everything like that, you've got to create what makes good for you. And then hopefully from what you're doing, everybody else will be benefited from there. And that's how you become a light worker too, by being the example, by being the model. Are you going to get it right? Yes. Are you going to get it wrong? Yes. Are you going to miss the mark? Yes. Are you going to be misunderstood? Probably so. But as long as you understand, that's the point. Not everybody else. And maybe some people will catch on to your wave and like that and say, oh my God, that's different. I've been looking for a new way. I knew something was wrong with me, and I look at you and say, wow, I'm going to incorporate that. You just being you. You just being. That's how you light work and shine. You grow and you glow. That's how you're able to elevate not only yourself, but others around and your partner, your family. But at the same time, you got to get definite. You got to get laser beam sharp on what you want. And not speak with a double or a forked tongue. I want this or something better, and knowing in your spirit you don't want the this, you want the that. That's very highly important, intentional, especially when you're praying anything or asking for manifestation. Make sure that your intentions are pure. Make sure, again, that you're going into the relationship with your heart light as a feather. When you're talking about union, that is what is going to keep you there. That's even when you're in union, you're going to have to check yourself and say, I've got to get rid of some things so I can become light as a feather. That is unconditional love. There's no conditions. I can't do this because you did X, Y, and Z to me 5 years ago. I can't do this because last time when I did this to somebody, they broke me down real bad, and I know when I was there, I don't want to return back there. So this time I'm going to put my boundaries up. I'm going to call you on it. I'm already going to be prepared and ready for you. So when you try it, I'm like, I already know. You can see the door, or that's it. That's the only terms and agreement that I'm coming up with. That's it. Hard line in the sand. Now, does that help you to create a light heart? If you would weigh it. Remember, this is called a trigger warning. You just got triggered. You think about that. Like I said, me, it's for me and my house. We're going to serve the Lord. Being for me and my house, up until now, we take this as a day-by-day process. You team DM. Now, I know everybody can't say that, but again, I know the things. I'm not a person who's illusionary or up in my head or naive. It's all about things. I choose to be selective as to the things that I focus on. That's a difference. I thank God that I have parents that have given me that freedom to be able to express myself, my gifts, my abilities. Do I take that on into the world as so? Yes, because I'm using a principle of charity, which means I'm seeing everybody with good intentions until, like my mom said, until you show me different. But I don't come in there with the attitude of knowing you're going to show me different before I haven't even given you a chance to show me your best. That's the difference. And that's the attitude in some ways you've got to treat your divine masculine. Although they have showed you, but guess what? You still got to go back there and give a clean slate not only to yourself and to you. You've seen that from the last video of how I said the divine masculine was in that scenario, or any divine feminine, or feminine in that general. So, if they say a lot of our divines are listening, and if he is and if he's not, I'm putting this out into the universe. Boo, I love you. I am 100% with you. I see you doing your struggle, and I see you making your way back to the best possible version of yourself. When you are ready, I will be here waiting on you. I believe in you because I know you can do it. I think you're pretty special, and you're very unique, and you're smart. And I love you from the head, that last wave in your head, to that long toenail on both of your feet. And I believe in you. So, let that reverberate in this world through the ethers. I'm not double-minded as to what I want. I'll be working on things that I have to do in the meantime. But again, at the same time, my focus is on you. If you want a divine love letter from me for $14, that ends the trigger warning series. I hope that this helps you in creating a new voice, a new way, and a new mindset. That's what Spirit had told me to do today. So you had a 4-part series today. Watch this. You're not doing, some of you are not doing anything Saturday, back to back to back. Have that aha tower that you need, because some of you all, your divine masculines, are having their tower moment in the physical, that hard tower, as we speak. This is being channeled to me right now. So go and do that. Get the aha tower, so they'll do the opposite, and we're mirrors, and they'll get the hard tower to make that change. You can't make them, but some of them, I'm telling you, they're telling me right now, they're going through that right now as we speak. So whenever you're watching this, this is what it is. So you need to make up in your mind, are you going to be anchored in it? Remember, again, in the dynamics of the relationship, one is the explorer, one is the lighthouse. Not using the term runner and chaser. Ain't nobody doing none of that stuff, because half time I know I'm not out of shape. I am in shape. But the sister's too cute and too beautiful to be running and sweating and messing up my hair to try to run after nobody. So my thing is, we're going to change the dynamics. It's called explorer and lighthouse. One person wants to go and explore and learn the world and themselves. I thank you, Jada, for helping me bring that. And Benita also helped me to bring in the idea of lighthouse. She told me that in the 5D. Not in the 3D, but the 5D. They told me that it's the lighthouse. One sits there and just keeps watching, keeps the light on for the other. Like I say, I know how to credit and give credence to people in words and things that's been used. I don't use them as seen as if they are my own. I believe in giving that. And I thank Source for allowing her 5D self to come to me, and just like Jada telling me in her 3D self what it is. And I give thanks and credence to them allowing themselves to be used as an instrument for Source to give me that idea. All right. Okay, then, this is the end of the series. Get your divine love letters from me for $14 as well. The commercial will follow afterwards. All right, as always, stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascended. Namaste, namago. Love you.